Ability Center's Body Weight Strength.
Hi everyone, and welcome to your Body Weight Strength. My name is Megan. Joining me today in her seated position is Shannon. So we're going to guide you through a full workout, working the full body by just using your body weight. So we won't need any equipment. If you are wanting to stay in your standing position, feel free to grab a mat because we will go down to the floor. And if you are going to be in your seated position, make sure your chair is nice and sturdy. And if you are in a wheelchair, make sure those brakes are on. We're going to get started with our warm-up, just to warm up our bodies, and then we'll get started right into our workout. So make sure we're up nice and tall, feet are firmly planted on the floor. We're going to go into arm circles forward. So we're going to create nice big arm circles, raising our hands up towards the ceiling and rotating forward. Shannon is following along in her seated, up nice and tall. Her butt is near the edge of her seat. Good, we both have our feet planted on the floor. Awesome. We're going to stay with our arm circles, but now go towards the back. So rotate backwards, and wherever your range of motion is, if you need to bend your arms a little bit more, that's okay. Good. Just warming up those arms. Let's do one more round and then arm swings forward. So we're going to cross our arms in front of our chest at shoulder height, palms facing down, and again, Shannon's following along in her seated. Arms are fully extended, just crossing our arms. Every time we come forward, we want to change our top hand. Good, just warming up those shoulders, getting our bodies ready to go. Awesome, let's do one more each. Fantastic. All right, so now we're gonna go to overhead reaches. So we're gonna reach one arm over to one side and then switch over. Or you can cross in front of your face if that's more comfortable for you, whether you're seated or standing, no matter where you are. Just make sure you're up nice and tall, core is nice and tight, so we're driving our belly button to our spine. Awesome job. Let's do one more each way, and then we'll move on to our hips. Fantastic. All right, so for our hip openers, we're gonna alternate sides still. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift my left knee up towards my chest. I'm going to tap my leg out to the side, lowering it down to the floor, bring it back up into the center and back into the center of my body, and then I'm going to switch sides. So you can break down that move if you would like to, or make it one fluid motion. You can keep it a little bit lower. The option is there for you. Shannon, in her seated, is going to keep her leg at 90 degrees and just tap her foot out to the side and then bring it back into the middle. Make sure we keep the upper body nice and still. We're just focusing on those hip openers. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Keep your core nice and tight. Awesome job. Looking good. Let's do one more on each side. Fantastic. All right, let's place our feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward up, nice and tall, and lift your heels up and away from the floor. And then you're seated. You have a couple of options to do both heels, or you can do one at a time. The choice is yours. Make sure you're up nice and tall, head pointing forward. Good. Couple more here. And let's do one more all together. Fantastic. Shake it all off, and we're ready to rock and roll. Are you ready, Shannon? Let's do this. So we're gonna be working full body strength, just our body weight. Set number one, we're gonna have more of a focus on lower body, whether you're standing or seated. Key is listen to your body and where your range of motion is. We are just here to guide you through it for your workout today. So air squats are your first one. For your standing, feet are hip width apart, toes pointing forward, up nice and tall, pushing our butt back, sinking into our heels, bending our knees, coming back up, and don't forget to squeeze your glutes, keeping your chest up and open. Shannon, her seated, is gonna be up nice and tall. She's gonna knee drive her knee up towards her chest, extend that same leg, squeezing the tops of her thighs, bringing her knee back into that bent knee, and then switching to the other side. We are moving for 45 seconds, and then we're gonna hold that move for 15 seconds to get that maximum burn. All right, air squats in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, we are going into our squats or knee lift extensions for 45 seconds. Belly button driven to your spine. Don't forget to breathe. We don't want to go too fast on these moves. Looking good, awesome. So even though we can't see you doing these moves, we're imagining you. Whew, keep those bodies moving no matter where you are. Doing an excellent job. We got 15 seconds left and then we hold. Come on, stay with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's hold. If you are in your seated, you will switch halfway. Come on, hold as low as you can, as long as you can. Seated, you're gonna switch legs. Keep holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Whew. Shake it out. All right, I'm starting to feel my legs warming up a little bit. So we are on to exercise number 2. We're going into a reverse lunge. We're gonna start with the right side. So up nice and tall. I'm going to step my right foot behind me. Nice big step. Heel is off the floor, driving my back knee towards the floor and then stepping forward. Higher intensity, you're gonna keep your leg back and you're just gonna continue to go down and back up. Shannon in her seated, up nice and tall. Her butt is near the edge of her seat. She's making sure her core is nice and strong. She's going to extend her right foot forward, lift her toes up towards the ceiling, place her heel back down, and then she's gonna squeeze her glutes nice and tight and repeat. All right, right side in 3, 2, 1, go. So very important, up nice and tall, whether you're standing or seated. In your standing, drive that back knee towards the floor. Your front knee is staying over top of your heel. And don't forget to breathe. Good, you can choose how deep you go. So the deeper you go, the higher your intensity. The higher you stay, the lower your intensity. We've got less than 15 seconds on this side. Come on, stay with us. Looking great. Woo, stay up tall. We're holding in 3, 2, 1, hold it. So in your standing, get nice and low. In your seated, hold your leg up. Woo, come on, keep holding, keep holding. Almost there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently release. Woo, shake it out. All right, repeating on the other side. I don't know about you, but I can already feel this. We got this though. Stay strong. All in this together. Switch over to the other side. 3, 2, 1, go. So now I'm driving my left leg back. Woo. Keeping my right knee above my heel. Good, and Shannon switch sides. Extending her leg, lifting. And remember, the higher you stay in your lunge, the lower your intensity. The lower you go, the higher your intensity. Good. Good job, stay with it. We are almost at our hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. Stay nice and low. Tighten that core up. Keep breathing. Stay up tall. Woo! Feel the burn. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Woo! That was a good one. All right, your legs should be nice and warm by now. We're on to exercise, technically number 4, but number 3. So we're going to side lunges. I'm up nice and tall. I'm gonna start going to my right side. I'm gonna step my right foot out nice and wide, bending my right knee, sinking as if I'm going into a squat, but I'm gonna straighten my left side and then come back up into the center and repeat. You can choose to stay a little bit higher for your low intensity or go a little bit lower. Shannon in her seated is going to extend her leg forward, toes pointing up to the ceiling, and then she's gonna open her leg out to the side, squeezing the side of her glutes. Good, and then bring it back to the center, up. Nice and tall, very important to tighten that tummy up. All right, whew, right side in 3, 2, 1, and go. So chest up and open, push your butt back, sinking right into your right heel. Good job. Take your time. If this is a new exercise to you, perfect that form. Form is so important. Good work. Same in your seated. Your form is so important to stay up tall. Activate that core. Keep tapping out to the sides. Keep stepping. 10 seconds. We're almost there. Stay with us, and then we do our hold. Holding in 3, 2, 1, and hold. So I'm bending my right side, straightening my left. Shannon has her right leg out to the side. She's squeezing her glutes nice and tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring it back into the center. Shake it out. Whew, I can really feel my lower body. All right, it's our last one. Left side this time, and then we move on to upper body. Give yourself a little breather. All right, let's move over to that left side. Up, nice and tall. Ready, set, and go. So step over to your left, or tapping in your seated to your left. Breathe. Keep your core nice and tight. One of the other things to keep in mind on this one is make sure your toes are pointing forward, or if you're in your seated, your toes are aiming up towards the ceiling. If you're feeling your breathing is getting a little bit out of control, focus on that. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Less than 15. Come on, we got this. Looking good, Shannon. Stay with it. Woo! Feel the burn. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 15-second hold. So again, in your seated, your legs out to the side, and you're activating those side glutes. And in your standing, your left leg is bent. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Whew. All right. Take a little breather. Grab a quick drink. We're moving on to upper body. So if you need your mat, go ahead and grab your mat. If you don't have a mat, totally fine. Just grab something that's a little bit more soft to support yourself. And again, stay in your seated if you want to. So we are moving up to upper body. Push-ups is number 1. Or if you want to and you're seated, going into palm presses. So Shannon, for her seated, is going to have the heel of her hands together, and her hands are not clasping, so her fingers are going to be open. At chest height, elbows are out. She's up nice and tall. She's going to push in the heel of her hand as she pushes her hands forward, extending them from her chest. And she's also going to push in the heel of her hand as she brings it back to her chest. Low intensity, you don't have to push on the way back. The choice is yours. Push-ups, we're on our mat either on your knees or on your toes. Fingers are spread, shoulders over top of your wrist. Make sure you tuck your butt in, so squeeze those glutes. Let me go a little bit wider than the mat, and I'm gonna lower my chest down towards the floor, or you can go up on to your toes, okay? The choice is yours. I'm gonna opt to stay on my knees just because I'm listening to my body and it's telling me I don't wanna go on my toes today. 45 seconds, push-ups or palm presses in 3, 2, 1, go. So listen to your body and where you are. We don't have to power through these too fast. Make sure you breathe. Doing your palm presses. So again, make sure when you're seated, you're up tall. Tighten that tummy up. Good job. Stay with us. Knees or toes for your push-ups. When we do our hold, we're gonna hold halfway. Come on, stay with us. 10 seconds. Come on, we're almost there. Ready, holding in 2, 1, hold halfway. Woo! Holy challenging. Come on, stay with us. Almost there, push, push, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. So even for us, that is still challenging work. I don't know about you, but I felt that in my chest and my arms. So take a little breather, catch your breath. We're going into T Superman. So if you are on your mat, laying on your tummy, head pointing down towards your mat. We're gonna open our arms out to the side, extending them from shoulder, creating a T shape with our upper body. And what we're gonna do is lift our chest off of the mat, squeezing our shoulder blades together, and then release back down. We're not including lower body. So we're up, squeezing, and releasing. Can't speak today. All right, Shannon, her seated, is up nice and tall. She's gonna hinge forward through her hips, hands at her side. She's gonna sit up nice and tall, even as she's hinging forward, okay? She's gonna open her arms out to the side, squeezing her shoulder blades, creating a T with her upper body. Release her hands back to her side, sit up nice and tall, squeeze her bum, and then repeat. All right, ready? 45 seconds, T Superman in 3, 2, 1, go. So no matter where you are, make sure your belly button is driven to your spine, up nice and tall, squeezing your shoulder blades. So if you're on the mat, your lower body is not moving. We want to try to lift your chest off of the mat as our arms are out to the side. And then you're seated, hands at your side, hinging forward, opening your arms, squeezing those shoulder blades, releasing, and then sitting up, squeezing. We're almost at our hold. 3, 2, 1, hold it up. 15 seconds, squeeze those shoulder blades nice and tight. Keep holding, keep squeezing, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently release. If you need a little breather, take a little breather at any time. You can always click pause to take a little rest, stretch it out if you need to. We are almost done our workout. We got 2 more to go, and then we are done. So our next one is gonna be a high plank into hand release. So I'm gonna place my hands underneath my shoulders, pushing my body off of the mat. So this one can be done knees or toes. I'm gonna tighten up nice and tight, release my hand from the mat, and alternating sides. One thing to keep in mind is make sure we're not twisting through the torso. We tighten up as tight as we can, okay? So in your seated, Shannon's gonna extend her legs forward, toes pointing up to the ceiling. She's up nice and tall. She's gonna gently lean back. One thing to keep in mind on this one, make sure you're not touching the back of your chair or you're not gonna maximize your effort on this one. Hands are gonna be at your side, and alternating sides, you're just gonna lift your arm up to shoulder height, back down at your side, and then repeat on the other side, just alternating sides. All right, and then when we go into our hold, we are going to split the time. All right, knees or toes, in 3, 2, 1, go. So in your high plank position, make sure your fingers are spread, core is nice and tight. Releasing each side. So after you place your hand back on the mat, recenter yourself, and then repeat on the other side. And again, this can be done from your toes, but I'm listening to my body and staying on my knees. And then you're seated at any time, you can always bend your knees a little bit more if you need to. Good work. We're almost at our hold. We got 10 seconds. Stay with us. 3, 2, 1, and hold. So we will split time. And switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Great job. All right, we got one more. Stay with us because we are almost done. So this one might be a little bit more on the challenging side. That's okay. Try to push yourself. We're going to be going into a walkout. So I'm going to go into a high plank position again. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk my hands forward as far as I feel comfortable, really challenging my core. So in your high plank, you're going to walk your hands forward and then walk your hands in a back motion. When you are done the walkout forward, make sure your hands end up right underneath your shoulders to support yourself. And the whole time, belly button's driven to your spine, okay? Shannon in her seated has her legs extended forward, toes up to the ceiling, hands on her thighs. She's gonna walk her hands down towards her shin, her ankles, her toes, wherever she feels comfortable, and she's putting pressure into her hands, and then she's gonna walk back up nice and tall. Good, squeeze her glutes, and then she's gonna press her hands up above her shoulders, up towards the ceiling, as high as she feels comfortable, and then repeating. All right, last exercise. 3, 2, 1, and go. So walk it forward as far as you feel comfortable, and then walk it back. And if you're on the mat position, again, you can go on your toes. Good, and then you're seated. Stay up nice and tall. When we get to our 15-second hold, we're just gonna hold it out in that walkout. Good work, stay with us. Whew. We're almost there. Keep walking it out. At any time, you can always take little breathers and then get back into it. 4, 3, we're holding it out in 2, 1, and hold. So my hands are a little bit more forward away from my shoulders. Shannon has her hands on her shins, putting pressure into them. Keep holding. Woo, I'm shaking a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release. Great job. Round of applause. You have done your body weight strengthening. Now we're gonna stretch out our bodies. So grab a little drink if you need it. Take a moment, catch your breath. If you are in your mat position, take your time coming up into your standing position. Whew, I don't know about you, Shannon, but I feel phenomenal. That was a good workout. And you know what? Great job for challenging yourselves. Yes, I know sometimes you're like, body weight, I don't know, that's not gonna be enough. But yes, it is. Your body weight does just as good a job as adding those weights do. All right, let's get into our stretch. So we're gonna do a little bit more of a cool down move and then hold our stretch. So we're gonna go back into our arm swings like we did in our warm up, feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward, up nice and tall, hands extended out at shoulder height and below, swinging forward and out to that T position, palms facing down. Shannon's following along in her seated. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Good job. Let's do one more. Good. All right, let's take our right arm in front of our body. Left is scooping underneath, just above our elbow, up nice and tall. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and pull your arm gently. And Shannon's following along in her seat. She's just making sure she's up tall. Feet are planted on the floor. Good work. All right, let's gently release, switch sides. So now my left arm's in front. My right arm is up, grabbing onto my upper arm. Whew, this feels good after those walkouts. I really felt it in those walkouts, and my shoulders are a little bit burning. That's a good sign. Good, and release. All right, we're gonna go to open close. So we're gonna open our arms as if we're about to receive a hug, palms facing forward, and then we're gonna squeeze in, taking in that nice big hug, holding onto our shoulders, and then open up nice and big, and close in. Good job. Keep repeating, open and close. Woo, sweat is dripping. Good, squeeze it in. Open and close. Let's do one more of each. Open and close. Awesome, let's move into our chest stretch. So we're gonna interlace our fingers, round our back, chin to our chest, extending our arms from shoulder height, forward. Shannon's following along in her seated. Good, gently release, open those hands out to the back and open that chest up. So when you're seated, you can hold on to the back of your chair if you want to as well. We just want to squeeze those shoulder blades together, opening that chest up, chin away from your chest. If it feels more comfortable, you can place the hands on your hips and open up as well, wherever your range of motion is. Good job. Feel a nice stretch going through your chest. Excellent. Shake out. Let's move to that lower body because we did a lot of good work with that lower body. So With my left side, I'm just gonna swing my leg across in front of my right, swinging back and forth. Shannon in her seated can just go up to side taps, keeping her leg in that 90-degree. Good. Just wanna give a little bit more mobility to that hip. Let's do one more forward and back. Excellent, take that side, and I want you to step over to the left side, bending your left knee, straightening your right side up nice and tall, and Shannon has her leg out to the side, pushing on the inside of her knee, just gently keeping her leg at that 90-degree. Good, bring it back into the center, switch sides. So we're gonna go back to our swing, but now we're on the right side, crossing in front of our left leg. If you need to step in between at any time, you can do that as well. Whew, don't lose your balance. If you need to hold on to anything for extra stability, you can. One more forward, good. Rest, step that right foot to the side, bending your knee, straightening that left side. Nice, good stretch on the inner thigh. And Shannon has her knee bent, pushing on the inner knee. Good, gently release. All right, we got one more. So we're gonna be going into a front and back swing. So I'm lifting my toes up off the floor so they don't drag on the floor, and keeping the legs nice and straight, swinging forward and back. Shannon in her seated is going to extend her leg and just lift her heel off of the floor, or she can bend her knee and kick forward, wherever is the best for you. Good job. Good, one more forward and back, and then let's go into our quad stretch. So I'm gonna grab on the top of my left foot, bringing my left heel towards my butt. I'm up nice and tall, knees are side by side, so make sure your knee is not too far forward. Shannon's gonna place her left foot under her chair, driving her left knee down to the floor. Her hands can be on the side of her chair, and then she's just gonna lean back gently. Focus on that breathing. Good, and gently release. That same leg, we're gonna kick forward, heel on the floor, toes up to the ceiling, hinge forward through your hips, and Shannon's following along in her seated. She just has her right knee bent, and then just make sure we place our hands on our non-stretching leg. Toes are pointing up to the ceiling, hinging forward through our hips. Still keeping our backs nice and straight, so we don't want to be rounding through our back. Good, gently release. All right, let's repeat on the other side. So right side, we're gonna swing forward and back, keeping our toes up. Good, and again, in your seated, you can either have your knee bent, kicking your leg forward, or extend your leg, lifting and lowering. Let's do one more forward and back. Fantastic. All right, quad stretch, right side. This is probably one of my favorite stretches. It feels so good on those thighs. Make sure you're up nice and tall. Reminder for your seated, foot's underneath the chair, knee driving to the floor, leaning back. Good work. Oh, it feels so good to stretch out your body. Excellent, gently release. All right, kick that heel forward, toes up to the ceiling, hinging through your hips, hands on your non-stretching leg, and Shannon's following along in her seated. Good, and let's gently release. All right, let's take 2 big breaths here. So inhale your hands up as high as you feel comfortable. Exhale, hands back down. One more time, inhale, hands up. And exhale, hands back down. Round of applause. You finished your body weight strength. Thank you so much for joining Shannon and I, and we hope to see you next time.
Ability Center's Body Weight Strength.